Hello guys, and welcome back. After more time spent in the Star Wars Battlefront beta, and watching other people's reviews and findings and comparing them to my own, I have decided, without a question, to cancel my pre-order. In fact, I already canceled it as of last Monday. First off, I want to give a very big thank you to the people who watched my beta review and liked it. Most of all, thank you for the feedback and suggestions that I got. There were a few of them. First off, I do plan to invest in a proper microphone, hopefully in the next week or two. I'm looking at options now. I haven't decided, and I'm open to suggestions. Drop a comment if you have any ideas on something that you like. Afterwards, I plan to be investing in some editing software. Hopefully nothing too awful expensive, as this for the time being is a hobby. But I do have to say that I'm completely self-taught. The video that I made last week, that 20-minute rant video or review video, that that was completely self-taught, guys. I spent almost 5 hours, experimenting, finding ways, and I used, uh, Windows Movie Maker and a free audio recording program to do that with. For being a novice, I think it came out pretty good, but I do want to improve. It's novice level at best. Right then, that's enough about me, and on to the point of this video. I canceled my pre-order for the Star Wars Battlefront game, and I have no plans on reversing that. Not unless I see some drastic changes in the next month, which, honestly speaking, I don't think we're going to see. Uh, I discussed cons in my last video, and decided that one con in particular was a deal breaker, and that one, simply put, is the pay-to-win style microtransactions, which is it's gambling. The staggering amount of gambling based on a random number generator is unforgivable to me. By supporting these shady, at best, business practices, we are sending a message to the publishers, the EA, I'm looking at you, not so much DICE, that this is okay. And it's not. We're paying $60 for a game, a full game, or so we're told. But yet, so much of that content is behind these paywalls or grind walls, whichever. And there is no one option that is better than the other. Grinding for hours on end for ultimately meaningless digital stuff, or paying real money for it. For It's a basic progression system. It's been a standard in gaming for a decade. Why are we going backwards? Why are we allowing this to happen and come into our gaming communities? We need to put a stop to it. Angry Joe put it very well in his angry rant on this beta, and I will put a link to his video in the description below. These microtransactions affect the game to the point where it's game breaking, and his example was the Boba Fett damage resistance card, which was a gold card, the rare one, and while flying, your damage resistance would be increased by 40%. This is ludicrous. It's madness. I know what you may be thinking, that they're going to fix this by the time the full game comes out, and that very well could be true, although unlikely. But even then, the fact that they even considered this, that they're experimenting with this, it's madness. At this stage, let's be honest, guys. At this stage, what we played last weekend and throughout this week, that was a demo. It's a demo for the game. Yeah, they called it a beta. But it's a demo. Very little is going to change, honestly speaking. And I don't mean that to say that in a negative way. I mean, yeah, it is negative, but and I had such high hopes for this game. I was hyped for this game, and I'm disappointed. I was very disappointed by the beta overall. I tried to remain optimistic in my review, but spending another 2 days with it and just seeing how far the rabbit hole went with these microtransactions, it was a deal breaker. I canceled on Monday. No, I won't be supporting this. Not in good conscience. We're better than this as a community. EA and DICE in particular, have set really high standards for their DLC models, expensive and dividing the community as it may have been. And that brings me to my next point. Moving on. I have great fears that this gambling is going to affect future DICE titles, specifically the Battlefield franchise. I am a huge fan of Battlefield. I've been playing a long time, since Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, some Battlefield Hardline, and a lot of Battlefield 1. And while I do digest that Battlefield 1 has its problems, at the core, it's still fun, casual as it may be. I do have a lot of fun in that game. Uh, Progression system is it's terrible in that game, but at least I'm not, having to gamble for it. I'm getting the content guaranteed when I pay for that premium pass. And I hate to say it, and I never ever thought I would say this, but I actually prefer premium. I do. And it's crazy to think that. And there is a lot of problems that comes with the premium model of DLC. The biggest one that comes to mind is dividing the community and the high price tag. I mean, if you pay for it right out the gate, it's $120 for your full game, which is it's its own form of insanity. But at least you're paying a set price, and you are getting guaranteed content. Yeah, you have to unlock it behind some challenges or whatever, but it gives the game longevity. It gives you something to do. It keeps me occupied. The specializations in Battlefield 1 that were added in the last Russian DLC were fantastic. Not so much the things that you get, but just something to work for, something to do. It was great. And that's what I'm afraid we're not going to be seeing in this game so much, because it's all going to be, this game being Star Wars Battlefront, it's all going to be behind a paywall or a grind wall. And it's just, it's madness. Like, and to be fair, if these microtransactions were cosmetic only, or for variations of guns that had no statistical advantage, I would not have to make this video. I'd be okay with it. And that's what they should be. Overwatch is a perfect example of how you do microtransactions without breaking your game. And while those have their own problems with the, getting the same item over and over again, so on and so forth, it pales in comparison to how far the rabbit hole has gone with Star Wars Battlefront. And when we pay for that premium, going back to Battlefield for a minute, but when we pay for that premium, like I said, we are paying a set price, and we are getting guaranteed content in return. I think I'm going to go into further detail about premium in another Battlefield-specific video. I think it's a topic that deserves its own conversation, and I am getting off topic. Apologies for that, guys. The point remains, I personally prefer premium to, frankly speaking, gambling. Pay-to-win gambling. Anyways, enough about that. Enough negativity. I really, really hope that they can turn things around for Star Wars Battlefront and save this game, and that it doesn't turn into another thing where it's a year of patches to maybe have a fixed game at the end. And the point remains that these microtransactions aren't going anywhere. No matter how much they patch the game, no matter how much they fix it, it's going to, it's not going anywhere. My advice, guys, save yourself some money. This game does have a campaign. Looks promising. Looks interesting. I am excited to check that out. But you don't have to, buy this game up front. Wait till it goes on sale. It will go on sale. Give it a month. It'll be on sale for Christmas. They'll be on sale for the Xbox or for the PlayStation stores. Whatever that they use on PC. I know this game isn't on Steam. Whatever the equivalent is that the PC guys have, this game will be on sale. Save yourself money. Buy it secondhand so that the publisher doesn't get the money for the game. There are other alternatives. Don't support these business practices and let this become the standard for our gaming community. We have been over a lot and taken a lot, and it's been going downhill for many years. It saddens me to say this, and I love gaming. It's a long-time hobby of mine, and it's a sad situation. It really is. Anyways, thank you very much for watching my video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and until the next time, take care. Have a great one, guys. Thank you.